Well, welcome back to another episode of Average Joe's Reacts. I know you missed my hype tone because Chris here was very monotone last time. Today we're doing. You wanna say something about that?
I don't got that young enthusiasm.
All right, well I'll keep it fresh. We're doing episode 4 and episode 5 of The Last of Us. As you noticed, we killed Joe. He's no longer with us.
We're down an average Joe. Yeah.
But he'll be back.
He's doing some fun
time.
stuff playing Call of Duty in Vegas.
Was it Vegas? I thought it was it California?
Pretty sure he said Vegas.
He's somewhere fun, somewhere warm,
Mm-hmm.
and out of lit Call of Duty tournament. So I'm jealous. But
Yeah, me too.
Episode 3 was a big one for us. We had a lot of not a lot. I think we didn't have too many differences of opinions, but
We had a good discussion.
we did have some. Yeah, we had a good discussion on things we would have done differently. But episode 3 was obviously the whole story about Bill and Frank, and pretty much how Bill came to meet Frank in his fortress, and how Frank was not very good at radio communication.
being a prepper.
Yeah, he's not very good at being a prepper.
Yeah,
Invited,
not a survivalist.
Joel. Yeah, he invited Joel and Tess, and essentially kind of made like a mutual trade agreement with them. And while they liked Tess, Bill never really liked Joel, if you remember from his letter. But at the end of the episode, Joel and Ellie come across.
Yep.
He did trust him. Yeah, he did trust him. Joel and Ellie come to their fortress, and Ellie finds a letter addressed to Joel or whoever finds this, right? That's what it was?
Yeah, it was whoever finds us, but Joel, it'll probably be you. Yeah. I think that's what he said.
And basically in the letter, and obviously in the show as well, we see how Bill and Frank die, and they essentially just leave everything for Joel to inherit.
His arsenal of weapons and truck.
Yep. That's where we were last episode, and if I remember correctly, they drove out of the compound, and that's where the episode ended.
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
So, this episode,
I did give it a 7, but after kind of editing and rewatching a little bit, I would probably take that down some, and that's mainly me because it felt like Bill changed too quick. But we'll leave that for like an end of season review. We'll get into my frustration with that episode upon a rewatch. But
all right, cool.
On to episode 4. Let's start the show.
Episode 4. Let's do it. And just like all the other episodes, me and Joe have already seen have already seen this. This is Chris's first watch.
First watch.
I'm impatient. I gotta watch the episodes as they come out.
Pew pew. That's what it's called. A pew pew. Pew pew. That's what we call it in the army, a pew pew.
Start engraving some names.
She really is clueless, isn't she? For you, Ahmed.
Yeah. I can't see it.
Canada Dry.
Pick it up again. Oh. There we go.
They're not a sponsor.
Why is the can red though? Canada Dry is supposed to be green.
It's cranberry. So.
Oh, okay, flavored.
Yeah. Why you hiding, kid?
Back in the day, we'd drive 10, 12 hours on one tank. You could go anywhere.
So where'd you go?
everywhere.
Pretty much nowhere.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, pretty much nowhere.
This is your fault then.
Okay. Yeah, it's good now.
It doesn't matter how much you push the envelope. It'll still be stationary. No pun intended. Volume 2 by Will Livingston. Volume 2. Look, you get it? 2? Like T-O-O? What did the mermaid wear to her math class? An algae bra.
Oh my god.
Ah.
Stayed up all night, wondering where the sun went. And then it dawned on me.
Feel free to wait in the truck.
Okay, but just know, you can't escape Will Livingston. He'll be back. There's nothing you can do to stop him.
Man, it's even got a Massachusetts license plate. That is funny as hell.
Yeah, because they got it from near Boston.
I know. But the fact that they actually kept the license plate on it's just funny. Man, I would not stay in the woods.
But somewhat safer. It just didn't make sense to me that they just slept on the cold hard ground, like no cover, nothing.
That's kind of why I was like, why are you sleeping in the woods? Find a building or something you could park the truck in.
Well, buildings are a little more dangerous because
Well,
could be infected inside.
could be. Take my chances. It's watching out for your little brother.
For the world, why bother going on? I mean, you gotta try, right?
You haven't seen the world, so you don't know. Keep going for family. That's about it.
I'm not family.
No. Your cargo. But I made a promise to Tess. She was like family.
Cold.
What if you don't find him? How do you know?
I'm persistent.
20 years of that world, it probably did to you, though.
Yeah.
Ooh, that shit's fresh.
It's gotta be
That look like babies, too.
Stop! Is that the QZ? Where the fuck is Fedra?
Shoot that motherfucker in the face.
seatbelt on.
Go.
Are we gonna help him?
Damn, you're cold-hearted, man.
Hey, you gotta survive in this world, son.
Are you okay?
Yeah,
You're not hurt, no?
I
Well,
don't think so.
That's why you shoot him and go
you
the other
would have
way.
been wrong.
Huh?
You would have made the right call.
The bringer of death.
Wait.
He just pulled out another gun.
Dude, we were gonna take it anyways.
Back behind the wall.
No, I'm sorry, please. We could just talk. I'm sorry. Please, please, no, please, I'm sorry, please. No one has to. I'm sorry. No, we can just talk.
Yo!
Joe does not give two fucks, bro.
She's shitting a brick, dude. And he's fucking like slitting throats.
Straight to work. Doesn't even want to talk about it.
Right?
Can I look?
Hoping we spot a clear route out. Stay close.
Got it.
Dude, where's your gun?
They left 4 guns down there.
Everyone knows in survival games you pick up the gun.
Right? Well, the doctor's super useless now.
Yep.
Can't save that one guy who's already dead.
Shoot him.
Forget the 50 other people over there.
Ah.
This is Henry's work. Understand? And he won't stop until we stop him. Find who did this. Find every collaborator and kill them all.
Kill them all.
You know, the only problem with that in this kind of world is you're killing thirds to half, right? Quarter to half of the population. You're trying to survive. What happens when they get pissed off with you? Third to half again?
Yeah.
You're really gonna leave that round on the floor?
Finger off the trigger.
You don't use rounds that fell on the ground.
Now who taught you that?
Bullshit.
It's a range rule.
Figures. Thumb. Over your thumb. Left hand. Squeezes down on the right. Got it? There you go. Look at.
Just having fun with the gun.
As she's flagging Joel. There you go.
Well, you gotta watch to find out.
I guess turnabout's fair play. I told you that shit enough in Kuwait.
Huh?
I said I guess turnabout's fair play. I told you that shit enough in Kuwait. Yo, what's happening in Iron Man? Just watch, man.
Yeah, you just gotta watch. Keep watching.
Well, in Sons of the Forest, they give you cat food that you can eat.
Or people to eat?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nasty.
You can find like MREs and other stuff, but like one of the things is cat food. It just makes me laugh.
Henry won't let Sam starve. Double the guards around our provisions. He's fucking close. I can feel it.
I can feel it. Oh my god, I feel it so good.
She's obsessed with Henry.
Fuck!
Y'all are dead.
When do we tell the others?
Not yet. Let's just handle what we have to handle. We can deal with this after.
Kathleen.
After. Seal off the building for now. Okay?
Yeah.
Gotta listen to your subordinates. You hear me? Turn that fucking light off.
Come on.
Give me a minute.
Get up, you lazy ass.
Lazy ass. 56 years old, you little shit.
That's totally gonna be me and my kids. Get up, Dad. 54 years old, you asshole.
Oh, that's funny.
Did you know diarrhea is...
Does it get easier when you get older? No.
Yeah. It runs in your genes.
Ah.
That is so goddamn stupid.
You laughed,
I
motherfucker.
didn't laugh.
Yes, you did.
Jesus, I'm losing it.
You're losing it big time.
Note taken.
That's what I'm doing. Oh. I thought that was the end.
Joel. Joel!
It's the Lost Boys. Good episode. I liked it.
Yeah, it was definitely one of the better ones in the season, I'd say.
Yeah, it was. Other than that crew that didn't make a lot of sense. It was. I think it was.
Talking about Kathleen?
Yeah, it showed the world for what it was. Broke down people doing whatever to survive. People rising up against the Fedra.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you remember, the QZ was like nothing, and there was no Fedra because those guys had a revolution or whatever, uprising, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, the dad jokes were funny. The puns.
Yeah, I like. So one thing I liked about this episode was how they're starting to build that like relationship with Joe and Ellie.
Yeah,
With like, just it started last episode really, but this episode is kind of taking them more into like, oh, he's starting to see her as a person rather than a liability now.
mm-hmm.
And you can see it especially like during that whole fight scene where he tells her to go hide in the wall because obviously he doesn't want her getting hurt, and then telling her that it's not fair that at her age she has to kill people.
Yeah, she's starting to listen to him more. She's starting to, when he says go do this, she's like, okay. Yeah, they have
and then the gun as well. The gun was a big, like, I think that's like a big sign of trust for him. Like he's actually arming her.
Yeah, and showing her how to use it properly.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I like this episode a lot. It was definitely one of the better ones to watch. And then I've seen the next episode as well, so this episode is pretty important for the next episode as well to understand what's going on, which we're about to watch anyways. But what would we rate this one?
I mean, I would say, as someone that doesn't know the game, I would give it an 8. It was it was a slow kind of build up to where they were getting, but it was world building. I felt like I know they're probably going to close it in the next episode, but it felt that kind of Kathleen and her little crew, you didn't get the closure in this episode. So like that might change my feelings like when I see what's going, but for this episode in itself, it kind of, and that weird ending with the kids. But again,
no, I agree with the 8. I think it's an 8 as well.
Yeah.
And then playing the video game, this is why we need Joe here to reference the game more, because I played it. It's been like over a year now since I last played it. But playing the video game, like storyline itself, I think, is very close to the video game, but they had their own twist to it in this. Like it wasn't like shot for shot like the video game, like how most of episode 1 was, for example.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I get the whole put your own twist on it, but I know people that love the first video game are gonna judge it harsher off of not matching up with the video game.
Yeah, but I will say though, I agree with that. Where like in this episode, Kathleen and her crew and that doctor, like they're still kind of up in that. Who are these people?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we get it. Yeah, there was an uprising. It's obvious that they took over Fedra stuff and everything. But it's like, what's their relevance, and why is she after Henry?
Yeah, it's like it's almost like everyone's afraid of her, and you never kind of see why. Other than she goes back to kill the doctor, and that one, like, it kind of bothers me when I'm gonna call him her first lieutenant because that's kind of what he's acting like. Is telling her, we need to tell the people about this, and she's like, no. It's like, well, what the fuck is this? Like, there's loose threads that if they don't get tied.
Yeah. And I was also, honestly, I was confused about what that thing in the floor was as well. Like,
yeah, when you watched
it's something that's alive, but what's the importance of it?
Yeah.
Why? Because at first it just looks like a sinkhole.
Yeah.
It's like, is this building gonna collapse on itself?
That's exactly what it looks like. But it also looks like it could be something getting ready to explode out of it too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say 8. Maybe a 7.
I agree with that.
I don't want to go too high all the time. Got to be a little critical.
Well, like I told you last time I said, like, I think that time episode 5 was just out, and I said so far for me, like, there's nothing below an 8. Because when I rate it, right, I look at a few things. First, I look at, like, was the episode fun to watch, and then I look at, like, did it develop the story?
Yeah.
The story.
Yeah.
So
is it pushing forward?
The Bill and Frank episode.
Does it make sense in that world?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the Bill and Frank episode for me, it didn't develop the story up until the end, but it still included a storytelling aspect in it, especially for Bill's character. So I'm like, okay, I like that, and then obviously it tied off that end with, like, how Joe and Ellie came across them again, and got what they needed from them essentially.
Yeah.
So I like that.
That episode feels very much like it should have been a 2-parter. It almost feels like they shoved too much into one episode, and it just happened. Yeah. It happened so quick, and you're like, this crazy prepper who 4 years ago was all smiles when everyone else got trucked out of the town, all of a sudden goes, "Oh, I'm gonna save this one guy." I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shower him and feed him. And, yeah.
This episode, it's nice because last episode, like, they told the whole story and the end of the story, right? In this episode, you kind of start with Joe and Ellie. They're traveling. They have a destination they got to get to, and then the story just goes off the rails when they get ambushed.
Yeah.
And now you're just like, you're like in the middle. It's like being in the middle of nowhere. Like, you have no idea what the story is right now, but it kind of leaves you at a cliffhanger as well. Like, what the hell's going on, and how are they stuck in the middle of this?
Yeah, I mean, I like that it took the truck away too, because it doesn't make it so easy to just travel to where you need to go to, because then it'd be over in 4 episodes. So.
But one thing I don't like about the last couple of episodes, I mean, yeah, we had a little bit in the episode before, but there's no infected.
Yeah.
Like, we're in a world that's been taken over by cordyceps that are infecting people and, controlling them, but we haven't seen that for we saw the one guy get shot by the tripwire. That was it. We haven't seen any action with them. We have, like, 0 action with the infected, but I guess they gotta save on the budget as well, because it takes a lot for that makeup and stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, so we both give it 8s.
Yeah.
And we'll call this an episode. Thank you guys for joining us on this episode. This is Last of Us episode 4. Me, Joe, and Izaz. Till next time. Bye.